is a presentation of IBX Media, 103.7 WTIB and 94.1 WNBU. The lights are on. This is Washington Pan-Pac Football Live. Special thanks to our sponsors, G.W. Walker & Sons in downtown Washington, East Coast Equipment, Talos Hospital Pharmacy, Lee Chevrolet, Vidant Beaufort Hospital, Nationwide Agent David Alton, Beaufort Community College, Rod Cantrell of Edward Jones Investments, Williams Auto Body, The Rich Company, Pizza Inn, David's Trash Service, and Potash Corporora. Tune in online at WTIBFM.com. Now live from the stadium, here's Josh Graham.
And from our Dixon Sauls Field in Farmville, North Carolina, we welcome you to another edition of Pan-Pac Football on 103.7 WTIB. Good evening to you. My name is Josh Graham alongside Archie Jennings and John McCormick. Kyle Gallagher is back home in our WTIB studios. Tonight we have the 0-6 Washington Pan-Pac taking on the Farmville Central Jaguars, 4-2 on the season, are Scott Gardner's Jaguars. It is the first game of the Eastern Plains Conference for Washington High School, which means it technically is a new season for this Pan-Pac. So in terms of confidence and trying to boost the morale of this team that hasn't won a game yet, that's what you have to look at first, don't you, Archie?
Exactly. When things started going south for us in the non-conference schedule, everybody started looking ahead to this conference opener with Farmville. Could be, as you said, a new season for the Pack, and everybody's got to be re-energized.
Farmville Central won the toss and has elected to defer for the second half. Introducing you to the Washington High School starters on offense, it is the seventh different offensive line combination for Washington this season. At left tackle, it will be Austin O'Neill moving from center to left tackle. At left guard, you will see Isaiah Bailey Pope playing on the offensive line for the first time this year. Mason Vick, a 5'10", 220-pound senior, is the center. At right guard, Jackson Allen's back in that spot. And at right tackle, rounding out the offensive line, is Logan Kraft. The quarterback, Frederick Holscher, making his seventh start of the season since learning 3 days before the regular season opener at Havelock that he was going to be the guy. Sway Poe and Hakeem Ruffin start in the backfield. The tight end is Drew Ferguson. The wide receivers, Dawson Elks and Matt Black. Matt Black had all 5 catches last week, and the first touchdown reception that was thrown by Frederick Holscher. For the Farmville defense, it's a 4-4 for Scott Gardner's team. The defensive coordinator is Leonard Paulk, the former East Carolina Pirate. And on the front line, you'll see Keziah Everett, Alvin Grizzard, Lamar Suggs, and Trevon Baines. The linebackers are Dyron Walston, Hunter Barnett, Chris Edwards, and Tyreek Tyson. The secondary goes Kyron Dixon, Quinte Reed, and Anthony Willoughby. Keys to this one for Archie Jennings.
Well, it's going to go back to the offensive line. We've said it every week, and heaven knows we didn't think we'd be talking about this lack of continuity at this point in the season in the offensive line. They've got enough challenges, but how they handle that defensive front, who is really big and strong for Farmville, is going to be the key.
Back for Washington High School, standing at his own 7-yard line is Jaquez Ruffin to return this kick back. The kicker is Trent Langley, who will boot it down, or we'll see if he's the kicker and punter. And it appears they'll have someone else booting it down on the way in, Trevon Baines, the 6', 240-pound senior, to boot it from left to right. Washington has the white shirts and pants on with the navy numerals and the black trim. Pan-Pac reading across the front, while Farmville Central, black shirts, white pants, gold numerals, and the white trim. They are the home team, and we are set for football here on a Thursday night. It is the 5th time this season Washington has had its originally scheduled game moved. As the ball is put on the tee at the middle of the field and booting it down, Trevon Baines. It's a toe kick that angles its way out of play right side, and it's going to be a penalty on Farmville Central with the kick out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
That's something we've had trouble with, Josh, in the early games is the fielding the short kick, and that's going to work out to our advantage tonight.
The music still plays as the Washington offense takes the field. Washington's 0-6 with losses against Havelock, Tarboro. Also a loss at home to Conley. Roanoke Rapids a loss as well. And most recently, Kinston and Plymouth by narrow scores. Both of those games were close in the fourth quarter, and Washington fell short. Ball's at the left hash, and it's more of that wing look. Play action fake to Poe, throwing left sidelines. Holscher has a man out there. Dawson Elks can't haul it in. He had a step on the corner, Anthony Willoughby, and it would have been a completion of at least 20 yards. Frederick Holscher put it on the spot, but Elks couldn't reel it in.
Love opening up with that go route on first down, first play of the game. It was there.
Coaching staff for Washington. Sports Sawyer's in his 20th year as the head coach, or actually his 13th year as the head coach, 20th year overall. John Blank is the athletic director, but also the defensive coordinator. Jerome Tyson coaches the defensive line. Kent Hill, the defensive backs. Gil Broadway, the offensive line, and Eric Peartree, the running backs. Same offensive set look, and this time the jet handoff goes to Sway Poe running right. He gets to the hashes. He's pushed to the 40-yard line, and it's going to be a moderate gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. Hunter Barnett pulls him down. 3rd down 6 coming up from the right side.
Josh, it's been one of our best plays all year long. Sway Poe is really coming to his own. A lot of confidence carrying the ball right now.
Sway Poe, the last 3 games, 17 rushes, 21 rushes, 16 rushes, 72 yards, and the loss last week. Handoff now goes to Matt Black. He's hit in the backfield. He is snowed under. It's going to be a loss of 5 on 3rd down and 6. Cameron McNeil got him in the backfield, and here comes the Washington punting unit.
Yeah, we just did not head off the disruptive pursuit up the line.
Ben McKeithen comes out wearing number 18. Typically, he's wearing the number 2, a left-footed kicker, and standing at the 43-yard line with little respect for the kick of McKeithen is Cameron McNeil. McKeithen's had a couple of good punts in recent weeks. Snaps a low one. Here comes the pressure. Right-footed boots partially blocked, and it's going to end up being a slow roll to the 44-yard line. So in terms of net yardage, that's a 9-yard punt with the block. Don't quite know who got a hand to it, but Farmville Central is going to start with excellent field position.
Josh, this is a situation where we've got Ben's got a soccer game over at Wilson Beddingfield tonight. So it looked like we probably had Tyler Harrell in there.
That was Harrell.
Yeah.
Wearing a different uniform number. It seems that he switches from uniform to uniform. 13 to 30, now to number 18. Here comes Matthew Lavelle getting the start at quarterback for Farmville Central. Ball's at the left hash. Brad Shackelford is suspended for this game. I formation backfield. Handoff goes right. Breaking out of one tackle before getting 6, maybe 7, running right up the middle of the field is Anthony Willoughby right side. And it's going to be Jaquez Ruffin dropping him for a gain of 7.
Yeah, nothing fancy about the Jaguar offense. Power eye. They will split the back sometimes, and Coach Scott Gardner will throw in a end around or split in pass every now and then.
Not many players on the Farmville Central roster. Not many coaches as well. In addition to Leonard Polk, there's Tommy Whitley and David Webb. Handoff goes left. Here's Willoughby. Has room. Gets to the outside 30 to the 27 before he's spun around and down near the Washington sideline. Michael Clark gets him down to the field, but not before. It's a Jaguar first down.
Yeah, back in the day, we call that a quick hitter. You got to stop that first in the power eye, or he'll keep going back to it.
The offensive line from left to right. Hunter Barnett, Jordan Butler, Trey Mercer, Chris Edwards, and Alvin Grizzard. The 2 backs, Anthony Willoughby and Tyreek Tyson is the fullback. Matthew Lavelle is a 6'3", 194 sophomore. Creeps underneath the center, Trey Mercer. Snap. And here's a handoff. He may have lost the football before he was able to hand it off, but right back on top of it. Washington points in its direction, and they have the football.
How about that?
Washington has the ball on a miscue by the young quarterback Lavelle. And once again, this defense comes up large with the fortuitous bounce on a rainy evening.
Yeah, we're probably going to see a lot of that. Exchange is going to be tough really tough on a wet night like tonight.
DQ McCullough picked it up. The big 5'10", 280-pound senior jumped on top of it, and Washington takes over at the 29-yard line. Washington moving from right to left brings the offense out there. First game of the season in Eastern Plains League play. Handoff goes right, and it is a log jam at the hashes, and it might be a gain of 1, possibly 2 yards for Sway Poe.
Josh, keep an eye on Keziah Everett, number 40. He's a big, strong player. He's just a sophomore, but one of the strongest kids on the Farmville team.
He's 6'1", 301 pounds, and he benches 400, according to his coach. Snap. Holscher, hands off Poe, running right side in front of his own bench, takes out of a tackle, leads across the 45, across the 50, breaking away. Here comes Sway Poe to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown Washington High School.
No flags.
How about that?
That's awesome. That is awesome.
A long touchdown run for Sway Poe, his second of the year, and Washington's on top 6-0.
That's the breakaway run we've been looking for.
8:50 left to go in the first quarter. Washington strikes first blood, just as they did a week ago. And when you look at Sway Poe, he's someone who seems to get better running the football as the game goes on. Good to see him get going early in this one.
Good to see him hit that edge and turn the corner.
Alden Paul lines up for the extra point. The holds Matt Black. Snap. High one through his hands. That's going to be blown up. 6-0. High snap. Washington fails in the extra point try. We're back in a minute on 103.7 WTIV.
Washington takes 6-0 lead from Jaguar.
We welcome you back here to Farmville Central, where Washington High completes a 3-play drive covering 71 yards, capped with the 70-yard touchdown from Sway Poe. 6-0 to score. Alden Paul, the boot, goes right down to the middle of the field, takes one bounce before it's picked up on the far side by, I believe, Willoughby out there, but it might be Cameron McNeil. It's going to be a return of about 15 yards before Jaquez Ruffin makes his second special teams tackle. It was Willoughby, and starting at the 37-yard line, here comes this Farmville Central offense yet again, which fumbled just a couple plays ago.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what adjustments John Blank makes, defensive coordinator. We did not really stop Farmville on that first drive as much as they dropped the exchange.
8 minutes, 43 seconds left to go, first quarter, 6-0. Washington High up. You're on the road at Farmville Central. High formation backfield, and a handoff goes right, and Willoughby is hit in the backfield. The first man in was Michael Clark closing in on that A-gap, and he busts things right open across the middle for a 1-yard loss.
Again, that's what you got to do against an offense like this is stop that inside run first, make them do some things they're not as comfortable doing.
Second down 11 coming up. With the spot to give them a yard, Second down 9. Rain's coming down steadily. Great night to be wearing white uniforms, I think I heard someone said for Washington. Play action fake. Rolling rights to quarterback. Lavelle trying to angle towards the sidelines. Halbert's breaking on him, and he hits him late. Penalty flag flies in. And that's a play and a good call where Lavelle rolled out in front of his own bench and diving in late and getting him right around the ankles as he already cleared the sideline. That's an easy call for an official to make.
You're right, Josh. That was definitely a late hit. Sad to see Washington kind of losing its composure or not playing disciplined football.
The head official is Carl Berger. The umpire, Milton Simmons. The line judge, Ben Chaston. Linesman's Jerry Waters. And the back judge is Stan Adams. So the ball's going to be moved across midfield and to the Washington 44-yard line. Should be a little bit further than that, 41-yard line. Beg your pardon.
Let's not overlook the fact that Lavelle did an awesome job there rolling out, saw that he had open field and took off and had a nice gain on his own.
Short set for Quinte Reed, the receiver left side. Two backs in the backfield, Lavelle. Trap play, fullback Tyson, runs right up the middle and gets a couple on first down and 10. They do such a good job from tackle to tackle of keeping things tight in there. And then when you have someone like Tyreek Tyson, he can break things out there. He already has 7 touchdown runs to lead Farmville Central this season. Walter Carter applies the stop for a gain of 3 yards.
They really do. They make you honor that inside quick hitter, and then they can work off of that.
Second down 7. Ball near the right hash. Handoff Willoughby, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard with forward momentum. Cooper Anderson led the charge in there, and Michael Clark also in on the play as well. It will be 3rd down and 6 coming up from the Washington 36-yard line.
Yeah, it's really good to see Cooper sticking his nose in there. He's been playing a lot better over the last 2-3 games.
The line to gain is just ahead of the 30-yard line. Again, Farmville Central keeps it with short sets here. Let's see what they do. 3rd down 6. Fake to Willoughby. Handoff goes to the receiver, McNeil, and he's going nowhere. Loss of a yard, maybe 2. Austin O'Neill, the senior defensive end, got him, and it's going to be 4th down. And I think Farmville Central's going to go inside the Washington 40.
Austin got just enough of him to trip him up and make the loss.
It's a loss of 2 yards, bringing up 4th down and 8 from the 38-yard line. Tyreek Tyson, the fullback, is wide left. Short set with the receiver, twins left, and one receiver right in the gun for the first time. Lavelle, he has the snap, looks right, throws right. The Washington defender fell down, and it's completed on 4th down. Cameron McNeil makes the grab as Jaquez Ruffin slipped. And Farmville Central converts inside the 25-yard line down to the 22. It's a big pass play, of 16 yards on 4th down and 8. And the Farmville offense continues.
Big play there. Lavelle did not look like the backup.
Ball is spotted at the 22-yard line, right hash. Offset eye. Snap. Ball is on the ground. Washington recovers again. It's a fumble, and Washington's football. Austin O'Neill bear hugs it to the ground and doesn't let go. 6-0 Pampack with 5:47 left to go.
I know that's frustrating for Farmville. They were moving the ball, but, when you have a new quarterback in, that exchange, center-quarterback exchange, is just so critical.
Frederick Holscher brings the Washington offense back there, and they're pinned deep yet again, this time at the 22. Last time it was the 29, and 3 plays later, a 70-yard touchdown run from Poe made it 6-0. First play of this drive, delayed handoff, goes to Matt Black. He's tripped up right at the line, and in on the play, Hunter Barnett tripped him up for a short gain of 2 yards.
Yeah, a lot better action there, Josh, on our inside trapping play. We almost hit that.
2nd down 8 coming up from the left hash. Washington moving from right to left. Dawson Elk splits out wide left. Sway Poe, Matt Black at the end of the lines. The tight end in there is Drew Ferguson. Snaps the Holscher, running right on the delay jet sweep right side's Poe. He's hit in the backfield. He's going nowhere. Anthony Willoughby got him for a loss and back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 5. And we'll bring up 3rd down and 13.
I'm surprised we haven't been back to the air yet after we almost hit that game-opening pass, but we're going to have to go back to it now, I think.
What kind of play call you go with 3rd down and 13, though? You got to be careful with this weather. Already 2 turnovers for Farmville Central. Washington's up 6-0 with 4:39 left to go first quarter. Holscher, once the snap, has it. Hands off. Hakeem Ruffin has his first carry, and he's going to get across the 20, but not much further to the 22-yard line. If they give him that, we'll give him a 3-yard gain. 4th down and 10 coming up, and Washington sets up the punt.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, Josh, Coach Sawyer hit an inside play for an 89-yard touchdown to win the game. I think he's always been trying to go back and find that magic again.
What, that draw play, you have it. That was a 13-12 win 2 years ago here, where Washington won that football game. Tyler Harrell is back again to punt. Farmville Central sends the dogs. Here's the punt, right-footed boot. He gets it off. Back is McNeil. He avoids it. It takes a Washington bounce at the 47, rolls inside the 40, and will be down at the 33-yard line. Big-time punt there by Tyler Harrell. And if you spot off the yardage there, Archie, it's a punt of 45 yards for Tyler Harrell in relief of Ben McKeithen.
Well, go back 2 weeks ago. Same thing happened. Tyler had a less than successful debut as a punter. But after that first punt, he was fine and actually did a really solid job backing up Ben.
Washington's up 6-0 on Farmville Central. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to go first quarter. Here comes Matthew Lavelle and the Farmville Central offense yet again. Lavelle's playing in the place of Brad Shackelford, who is suspended for 1 game. First play is a run right counter, and it is going to be a gain of maybe a half yard for Willoughby as Washington is able, despite being undersized, to blow up that line with Mark Halbert and DQ McCullough applying the stop.
Second game with Logan Little in there at linebacker, and he is really kind of getting to feel at home at that new position.
2nd down and 9 on the season. Here's how Farmville Central is done. 30-13 win over Kinston. 14-7 win at North Lenoir. 48-6 winners against Pamlico City. Losses are against Aden Grifton and Green Central. And last week, 36-6 winners against Goldsboro. As once again, a run play left side goes to Anthony Willoughby, and he doesn't have much there. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a loss of 3 yards on the hit by Walter Carter, middle of the field. So 3rd down and 13 coming up from the 30-yard line. Trayvon Campbell was in there. We haven't seen him much this year. Goes to the sideline for this 3rd down play. 2 receivers out there in short sets, play action fake. Halbert falls down, so here comes time for the quarterback Lavelle, who tucks it under and runs it for a couple. But Washington stands tall on 3rd down yet again. It's a 2-yard run on the rollout, and a holding penalty is going to be called on Farmville Central to boot. Wait, 1 sec.
Yeah, it is a hold. I think number 40 came over. Keziah Everett came over and grabbed a jersey.
Had to make sure. Keziah Everett, there was one Farmville Central player was pointing the other side, but hey, sometimes you gotta motion for the call to get the call. 2:26 left to go. It's 6-0 Washington. So punt unit comes out, 2-yard gain on 4th down, and from the 32-yard line, they'll be set to punt. First time we're seeing Trent Langley today.
Yeah, interesting that John Blank went to the four down lineman. It looked like contain was broken initially on that play, Josh, but the pursuit picked up, and we were able to run Lavelle out 2-yard gain.
Matt Black's not returning this punt right now, though. It looks like it's Jaquez Ruffin out there standing at the 37-yard line. Let's see if Langley's able to get it off. Right-footed boot. He just did. And at the 47-yard line, it is fumbled by Jaquez Ruffin, and it appears Farmville Central has recovered. A penalty flag comes in late. What are they going to call?
I think
Did someone run into the return man before he was able to field it? It appeared he was blocked into Ruffin, though, which means it would not be the penalty call. And it came in late, which is also rare.
Very late. Very late.
So the late hit is going to be levied, it seems. The early hit. A lot different than the late hit. So the ball that's originally spotted at the 39 after the muffed punt from Ruffin is going to instead lead to 15 yards being pushed up to the 46-yard line, it should be.
That's another facet of our game, Josh, that we just have not had the continuity in. We've switched people out back there trying to find the magic on the return punt, and it's left us with a lot of inexperience there.
The officials gave Washington an extra 2 yards there to the 44-yard line. Hey, they'll take it. 6-0 with 2:15 left to go after the penalty on the special teams play. Play action fake. Here's the second throw from Holscher. Right sideline, and Matt Black can't haul it in. Second time that Washington had a receiver beyond the sticks, and the second time Holscher put it on the spot, and a receiver was unable to pull it in.
It was a good pass. It was a little bit behind him, and Matt kind of stayed on the one shoulder. Mike could have gone back to the other shoulder and hauled it in.
Matt Black, 11 receptions for 103 yards on the season. He has the only touchdown catch, which was on 3rd and 9 a week ago, a 19-yard touchdown. Second down 10 from the 44-yard line of Farmville Central. Snap, jet handoff. Here's Matt Black running left side. He has short room on the left side, and he is hit right in front of the Farmville Central bench, capsized for a loss. Nope, they'll get him to the line of scrimmage. Cameron McNeil gets the hit, no gain on second down 10. So here comes 3rd down and 10. What's the play call here, Washington? For Washington, Archie?
Well, I think that play probably sets up Swapo coming back to the wide side of the field. Sport Sawyer always favors the wide side.
A minute 38 left to go, first quarter, 6-0 Washington. Snap, and here is Swapo running to the far side of the field, right side. He gets to the hashes before being spun down for a short gain of about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up. Chris Edwards, the leading tackler for Farmville Central, brings down the back. Washington looks like it's going to punt here, despite the ball being at the 41-yard line. Usually this is prime territory to be going for it, but in a game like this where you're leading, field position's half the battle.
Field position, Josh, and also we got to keep in mind that Farmville's had 2 dropped exchanges. If you can pin them deep, maybe you can get another turnover down there.
Tyler Harrell stands at his own 46-yard line. Farmville Central shows pressure yet again. Back is McNeil for Farmville Central. Snap. Right-footed boot. And it is near the 10-yard line where it takes a boot. Can Washington get there? They do! At the 1-yard line! A 54-yard punt to the 1. And Washington High School with a backup punter has had 2 boots of over 45 yards.
That makes that a brilliant call.
You can't be serious. Ben McKeithen pinned Plymouth inside the 10 2 times and inside the 20 3 times. Tyler Harrell coming off the bench with 43.6 seconds left to go. Farmville Central starts at its own 1-yard line.
Yeah, we just need to line Tyler up at the beginning of the game and rush him and let that count as his first punt.
High formation backfield. Washington loads up the box. Anthony Willoughby's the deep back. Calling the signals is the sophomore quarterback, Lavelle. 6-0 Washington. Can they add to it? Snap is it's a dive play to the fullback, Tyson, and he does a good job spinning off tackle. Gets across the 5-yard line to the 6. It's a 5-yard gain on first down 10. And with 30 seconds left to go and the rain beating down, 2nd down and 5 coming up.
We still got them in a good spot, but they were really nervous standing on the 1-yard line there.
Lavelle's someone who just seems uncomfortable with the way he's turning, and you have to make sure you're crisp. And right now, Washington's having some problem. 10 seconds left to go. Final play of the first quarter potentially, and it's a trap play yet again. And this time, it's Tyson, and he is dropped short of the sticks. 3rd down will be coming up when we return after 1 quarter. It's 6-0 Washington here at Farmville Central.
Second. You go first. Washington still up 6-0. Jaguars from the
At the start of the second quarter, Washington owns a 6-0 lead off the first drive touchdown from Swapo, a 70-yard touchdown. Has open scoring. Washington has recovered 2 fumbles on the 3 Farmville Central drives, the first 2 ending in fumbles in Washington territory. Farmville Central is pinned back after a 2-yard loss for the running back Tyson, or the fullback. It is 3rd down 7 from the 4-yard line. Farmville Central has to get to the 11, and Matthew Lavelle comes under center for the 4-2 Jaguars. Play action fake. He runs right. Here comes Walter Carter, and he spins him down short of the sticks. 4th down coming up for Farmville Central. Walter Carter coming from the near side of the field to the far. Tackles the quarterback a yard short, it appears, of the sticks. And I think this is a situation you have to punt. You can't risk not getting the first down inside the 12-yard line.
Well, I didn't think they considered going for this as much as they could run the ball well inside. But I will credit the Farmville offense for getting them 9 more yards on the room.
39-yard line, first down and 10.
Ball spotted at the 10, right half. Trent Langley is out the punt. He's 3 yards deep in his end zone. A step inside midfield's Matt Black. Snap here, right-footed boot, short boot, angling its way far side, and then it takes it out to the near side of the field to the 39-yard line. So it's a punt of 29 yards, and Washington will begin at the Farmville Central 39.
Really dangerous play when you kick underneath the coverage like that, Josh. It almost came back and hit a Washington player going downfield.
The last 3 years these two teams have met since they are conference members. 27-0 win for Washington last year in Washington at Wagner Field. 2 years ago, a memorable 14-12 win for Washington with the late touchdown that you alluded to, Archie, and then a 20-16 win back at Washington in 2013. For that reason, Scott Gardner has told me that this is one they really want to have for pride purposes and for these seniors. In the pistol is Holscher, tosses it left. Running to the far side of the field is the back. He's hit Quayshawn Gaynor for a loss of 3 yards on first down. That's the first time they've come out of the pistol set, and Quayshawn Gaynor is dropped for a loss of 2, not 3. Second down 12 from the 41 forthcoming.
That's that big sweep series we put in game 3, and it's just really never taken hold because we can't get the blockers out in front of the sweep.
So what do? They go back to what's been working. Wing to either side of Holscher, and then the wide receiver far left is Malik Bell. Snap, handoff to the big sophomore Gaynor. He spins off tackle, he lowers his shoulder and gets to the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. Cameron McNeil finally brought down Quayshawn Gaynor, but that's a way to avenge a 2-yard loss. Just burrow 4 for 9 more and bring up 3rd down and very, very good. 3rd and 3 coming up from the left half.
Josh, if we could do that, if Pat could do that and keep those inside linebackers at home just enough to honor the inside run, it'll make everything else we do that much easier.
3rd down and 3 coming up. Penalty flag down the field. And it might be a warning on Washington's sideline. They pointed to Sport Sawyer, who has his hands on his head, and they're calling for the coaches to stay on the sideline. So it's a warning there. I don't think they'll issue yardage. They will not. 3rd down and 3 from the 32-yard line coming up. Those were Quayshawn Gaynor's first 2 runs of the season. He doesn't have a catch. A receiver to the left, a receiver to the right. 2 backs. Snap. Handoff. There's Hakeem Ruffin, and he's driven backward. He's short of the first down marker. And it's going to be 4th down. Chris Edwards reading it correctly on the read option, and it's going to be no gain.
And if they did, Washington
4th down, 3 coming up from the 32-yard line. 9:25 coming up. Or 9:25 left to go first down.
Big play by Edwards there. I know if we could have gotten 1 or 2 yards, even just to shorten up this set right here.
Matt Black goes way outside to the right. To the left is Elks. Same formation with 2 backs standing next to Holscher, and it appears Farmville Central jumped. It appears they jumped, and if they did, Washington will have first down yardage on this 4th down play. Offside, Washington, first down.
You know, talked a lot leading up to this game about the difficulty of Washington's schedule and what they've learned. They hadn't won yet, but I'm seeing a more disciplined football team in this game 7.
Washington advances to the 28-yard line on a rainy night. Snap in the gun to Holscher. Hands off to Poe. He runs alongside of the field to the near end. He breaks out of one tackle inside the 20 to the 16-yard line where he's pushed out by Chris Edwards. It's a gain of 12 yards on first down for Sway Poe. And with 8 minutes and 51 seconds left to go, Washington enters the red zone for the first time today.
Always seem to think that the quality of a running game is with your receivers blocking downfield and your other backs blocking one another. Hakeem Ruffin out in front that time doing a great job.
Wide to the left is Dawson Elks. Near side right is Matt Black. Poe and Gaynor next to Holscher. The handoff goes to Poe. He runs behind Quayshawn Gaynor, gets inside the 15, goes towards the 13-yard line before he's finally pushed down by Cameron McNeil. Good first down run of 4 yards to the 13-yard line.
Great first down. Can't get a first down at about the 2-yard line.
Nazir Hardy is wide left. First time we've seen Nazir on offense this year. Snap to Holscher, hand off to Gaynor. Gaynor running behind left guard. Gets inside the 10-yard line near the 5. And before he's finally pushed backwards. And McNeil and Edwards were the two in there. So Quayshawn Gaynor gets another good run. And we'll see where they spot it. They spot it at the 4-yard line. So it will be 3rd down and 2 here.
It makes me a little nervous, Josh. Looks like he's carrying a bag of groceries when he goes through the line.
Black in motion. Handoff. Ball on the ground. Can Washington get on it? Yes, they can. But that's a waste of a 3rd down and short play, and it appears Washington still is in range, though, to salvage a field goal. Alban Paul failed on the point after attempt. It's a loss of a couple more to the 6-yard line.
And I don't think, without Ben McKeithen here, I don't think you're going to see the field goal.
Oh, boy. Washington had the high snap, and Alban Paul never had a chance to attempt the point after. Washington's going to call for time. We'll be back in a minute on WTIB.
Wind's picked up, I think.
It's a big-time 4th down and 5 play. Snap to Holscher. Hands off to Poe, running right side to the hashes. He's going to be short of the goal line on 4th and goal for Washington High. Farmville Central stands tall with Hunter Barnett applying the stop. And the Farmville Central offense will take over at the 4-yard line after the 4th down and goal play from the 6 is stuffed short for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, I really think Sports Sawyer would have liked to kick the field goal there, but I think there's just too many question marks about the kicking game tonight.
And it's not just the fact you don't have Ben McKeithen, but also the snap and making sure you can get that hold down as well on a wet Thursday afternoon. Farmville Central knows about that. 2 fumbles on their first 2 drives, but they're starting to get things worked out with the new quarterback, Lavelle. Trap play to the fullback right up the middle, and it's going to be a couple for Anthony Willoughby as he pushed ahead across the 5-yard line near the 7. So it'll be a gain of 4 yards on 1st down and 10. Jordan Kelly applied the stop, or make it Trayvon Campbell. Trayvon Campbell got the stop.
Josh, they're just loading up, getting behind big Alvin Grizzardi, 6'8", 340.
Yeah, that you can't teach size, you can't coach it either. 2nd down 5 from the 8-yard line. Snap. And right up the middle, nothing doing much there.
Farmville actually lost the ball there, but got it back.
Wow. Ball security, ball security, ball security. Loss of 2 brings up 3rd down long for this Farmville Central offense. Farmville Central, again, 4-2 on the season. They have North Johnston, Southwest Edgecombe, and Beddingfield. Also North Pitt left to go. The road games at Southwest Edgecombe and North Pitt. So with the loss, with 6:13 left to go, 3rd down and medium for this Farmville Central offense. And a throw goes left side. Washington nearly picks it off with Uriah Lawrence, but it's through his hands. The plus, though, is it's 4th down, and pin back deep, Farmville Central is going to have to boot it away with Langley.
Hey, Josh, you mentioned the rest of the conference schedule for Farmville. Of course, Washington's going to be circling back through the same circuit. A lot of parity in the conference this year. This is a critical matchup for the outcome of the conference title.
6 minutes, 6 seconds left to go. 4th down, 5. 4 yards deep in his end zone is Langley. He wants the snap. He has it. Right-footed boot. And it's another short one. Matt Black calls for his teammates to get away from it. And flagging it down at the 34-yard line was the up down for Farmville Central. And it's going to result in Washington getting the football inside the 35-yard line. He touched it at the 34. That's where they could spot it. So it's a punt about 25 yards. So 1st down and 10 for the Washington offense, moving from left to right. Pam Pack back out there with Frederick Holscher after being stopped on downs inside the 10. Receiver to either side of Holscher. He wants the snap, he has it. Hands off to Sway Poe. Running behind left guard and gets a couple, but is pushed backwards. That big linebacking core showing yet again. Chris Edwards and Lamar Suggs were in there. Gain of about 2. 2nd down and 8 coming up directly in the middle of the field. Washington has done a better job of maintaining in the weather conditions because I think, quite frankly, Washington's seen a lot more weather conditions, have a much more experience in playing it.
Right, used to playing on a different night.
2 receivers left. The Bolster snap is to Frederick. He hands a hiking rough, and he's tripped up and goes down right at the line of scrimmage. Chris Edwards tripped him up, and Hakeem Ruffin had his left foot up, but you need both feet to run forward. Hakeem Ruffin lost his footing on this wet grass field, and that brings us 3rd down and 8 from the 32.
Josh, I know Coach Sawyer has gone conservative with the early lead and the weather and so forth. You pointed that out. I still think we've got to open it up a little bit and create some balance.
3rd down and 8, Washington up 6-0 on Farmville Central. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. Slant play goes left. Nazir Hardy has the grab. He's at the sticks at the 24-yard line. He has the 1st down for the Pam Pack.
Tommy's been so much better over the last couple of weeks, and Frederick is throwing the ball to the barn really well.
9-yard gain on 3rd down and 8. Frederick Holscher put it right on the 2 and the 8 of Nazir Hardy. And slanting left to the middle of the field, Nazir has his 1st catch of the season and 1st catch of his career. And converts on 3rd down. 2 receiver set, snaps to Holscher, hands off the puck. He checks up the middle, and he is flipped over on the front side and down inside the 20. Oh, that was quite a ride. Tyron Dixon tackled the low and sent Sway Poe flying through the air.
Case in point, you stretch the defense even just a little bit. A little slant play opens up the inside game.
It's a gain of 8 yards. Check that 7. Here is the 2nd down and 3 play. Hakeem Ruffin off the read, runs left, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Farmville's done a really good job with his read so far. Washington, though, surprisingly, in between the tackles, has been getting things done. So, 3rd down and 2 coming up. They give him a yard there. My goodness. Washington will take it. Nazir Hardy's left. Matt Black's to the right. Drew Ferguson lines up on the right side of the line. Snap the Holscher. Hands off up the middle. It's Hakeem Ruffin again. And he's pushes ahead. He's across the 10-yard line. He's still on his feet somehow. He's at the 5. And at the goal line, just short of the sticks, is Hakeem Ruffin. No, it's Sway Poe. Check that. Sway Poe didn't give up on the play. It appeared it was going to be close to the sticks, but he kept on pushing and pushing, and he's inside the 5-yard line.
That's Sway Poe, listed 185 in the program, really about $150.
Wait a minute. Timeout, Farmville Central. We'll take it with them. 6-0 Washington, 3:22 left to go in the first half.
Make sure he converts on there. Now we could get a copy of the telephone.
With 3:22 left to go in the first half, Washington's up 6-0 on the doorstep. First and goal from the 3-yard line. Two backs in the backfield, two receivers. Handoff goes right up the middle. Close to the goal line is the running back, Sway Poe, but he is stopped just short after he got 11 on the previous play. They give him a yard. Second down goal from the 2 coming up.
Yeah, we went right back to the same play. I think he did pick up a yard forward progress.
Let's see if anybody new comes into the formation. Here comes Quayshawn Gaynor. So you'll have two backs in there if they go with the similar pistol set, with Sway Poe joining Quayshawn Gaynor. Split backs here. Frederick Holscher under center. It's a quarterback sneak. Running behind left guard. Frederick Holscher's in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Wow, Josh, Mason Vick is looking great now that they moved him back to center. We were right behind him. Nice call.
Isaiah Bailey Pope getting his first start at left guard. It's 12-0 Washington. 2:39 left to go in the first half. Will Washington line up for the extra point, though? That's the question. I don't think so.
Going for 2.
Why not? So Washington will go for 2 here. Up 12-0. Nazir Hardy's wide left. To the right it is Black. The two backs are Sway Poe and Quayshawn Gaynor. Snap to Holscher. Fake the handoff to Gaynor. Running right side and into the end zone for 2 is Sway Poe. It's 14-0 with 2:39 left to go. We're back in a minute on WTIB.
Put that on the timeline. Straight.
It's a surprising turn of events here at R. Dixon Sauls Field in Farmville Central. Washington High School gets the touchdown from Frederick Holscher, his second run of the year on the quarterback sneak from 2 yards out. It's 14-0 with the 2-point conversion as Albin Paul boots it down on the kickoff all the way down to Tyson, who has it at the 25-yard line. He gets across the middle of the field. He's across the 30 to the 35, splitting out towards the hash marks where he's buried there at the 36-yard line. It's a return of 21 yards on the kickoff.
Josh, this is where Coach John Blank really needs to gin up some activity on the front up there, keep them active, and keep Farmville pinned down on this end.
Farmville Central has had a ton of injuries this year. They love the back who is a downhill runner for them, Brian Reed, but he's out. DeAndre Davis is dressed, but he's likely not going to play. They've just been banged up. They don't have their big defensive lineman, Jaquez Norman. Snap is to Lavelle. He throws right sideline. It's over the head of McNeil. Just short of the sticks at the 45. Jaquez Ruffin was in coverage. Second down 10 coming up from the 37-yard line.
Yeah, you really got a feel for Farmville. It's been a tough run of injuries and a couple of disciplinary suspensions, but it's hard to compete when you don't have your guns out there.
Brad Shackelford is missing this game due to that suspension. Also in a jersey, a late loss. Keziah Everett is on the sideline and street clothes. 2:26 left to go. Second down 10 from the 37-yard line. Farmville Central has a lot of yardage to cover. Split out wide to the left is the receiver, Cameron McNeil. Handoff goes to the left side. Breaking out of the tackle is Willoughby, but no, wait, that's actually going to be Malik Perkins running left. No, that's DeAndre Davis. Wearing number 6 tonight, running left side. We have an incorrect number on our boards here. And it's going to be a short gain of about 4 on second down. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left to go. Third down and 6 coming up for the Farmville Central offense.
Yeah, Josh Perkins actually another one of those injuries for Farmville a couple of weeks ago.
DeAndre Davis hyperextended his knee, but he's in there, just a different number. Handoff runs right, and here is Davis once again. He is stopped short by about 5 yards. Washington gets the stop on third down. Less than 100 seconds left to go until halftime. It's 14-0, Washington. And it's Cooper Anderson and DQ McCullough combining for the stop. Washington calls for time. We'll be back in a minute on WTIB.
Number 6, DeAndre Davis. Third down 3 now. Farmville Central from the 27-yard line.
Come on, Scott!
Fourth down 3 now for the Jaguars from the 44-yard line.
Now you're talking. Hey, I'm glad it's over. They can't score like they did on the road, man.
With 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go until halftime, Farmville Central lines up the punt at the 44-yard line. Back for Washington High after using its last time out. Matt Black stands at the 24. And the penalty, or I think the clock went. I think it's going to be a delay of game potentially.
No, it's offside.
Nope, they got an offsides for Washington. Sorry.
Yeah, which gives them a first down.
That's a pretty big penalty, especially considering you call a timeout just to get that play. So Washington calls the timeout and then jumps off sides to give Farmville Central the first down at the 49-yard line. Okay, then. Ball right at midfield. Cameron McNeil is wide to the right side. High formation backfield. Snap. Play action fake. Here's the throw. Right side, one-on-one. McNeil goes up, but swatting it away is Jaquez Ruffin. One-on-one coverage, and Ruffin bats it down to the field. Second down 10 coming up.
That play was there. There was a little too much air under that ball. It's really a jump ball.
Really was. And Jaquez Ruffin went up and got it, despite the fact Cameron McNeil is 6'2", and Jaquez Ruffin's 5'9". 125 left to go. It's not about how far you are, it's about how long the arms are. Jet sweep going left side. Here's Anthony Willoughby. Gets across the 50, and he is stopped at the 46-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5 yards before Uriah Lawrence gets the stop. More importantly, they got him in bounds. Farmville Central might want to think about using one of its timeouts here. They have 2 remaining. 1:05 left to go. Josh, third down coming up.
Josh, with that play coming this way, watch the split-in pass going the other way.
Snap. Handoff. Jet sweep again. It's Davis running to the far side of the field right. He has the first down, and he will be stopped at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of about 10 on third down. And with 52.3 left to go, timeout, Farmville Central. We'll take it with them. Back in a minute on WTIV.
And late on the play for the Jags, 26, DeAndre Davis. First down and 10 now for the Jaguars from the 35-yard line. Timeout call on the field by Farmville Central.
Washington High School's up 14-0, but running left with the toss plays DeAndre Davis. He gets across the 30-yard line before being pushed out to the 26 as we're late returning back from that break. First down and 10 coming up with 42 seconds left to go, and the clock is stopped as he angled out of bounds. Farmville Central with that big gain there. First down yardage of about 12 yards. Single set receiver left and short sets is Cameron McNeil. One timeout left for Farmville Central. Washington has one as well. Toss play comes right. DeAndre Davis slips in the backfield. He's down for a loss of 3. 34 seconds left. Timeout Farmville Central.
That's their last timeout, Josh.
So if you're Farmville Central and your head coach, Scott Gardner, how are you calling things here?
Well, you're calling more than one play in the huddle, and we got Lavelle in there, backup quarterback. He's thrown the ball sporadically at best, but you got to try something in case you can stop the clock with an incomplete pass.
They have a ton of players with speed who are great in space, but Washington's done a good job of limiting the space for them. And I think the most surprising occurrence today, despite the size that Farmville Central has had, Washington's front line tackle to tackle and trying to hold things down on the front line. It's been pretty good.
Done pretty good. I think Farmville's missing Trappers Norman in there. Another big strong kid and two-time conference wrestling champ. So definitely missing him.
Washington High School football brought to you by G.W. Walkers & Son in downtown Washington, East Coast Equipment, Halos Hospital Pharmacy, Lee Chevrolet, the Hope Connect, by Beaufort Hospital, Nationwide Agent Dave Alton, Beaufort Community College, as the second down and 13 play takes place. It's a pass down the left sideline. Washington has it in the end zone. Rotavian Floyd, his second interception of the year. It's a touchdown. Washington has the football with 27.2 left to go. Rotavian Floyd came down with the football.
Came down flat on his back, but had the ball on his chest.
14-0 Washington, and the defense forces the third turnover of the game. And finishing the rest of the sponsors, Rod Cantrell, Edward Jones Investment, Williams Auto Body, and Beaufort Community College, the Rich Company, all part of Washington High School football this year. We appreciate you guys. 14-0, Washington with touchdown runs from Frederick Olsher, the shortest of yardage you can get on the quarterback sneak, and Sway Poe, a 70-yard touchdown run on the first drive of the game. Washington has one timeout, 27 seconds left. Handoff from its own 20, goes straight up the middle, and there's nowhere to go for the back getting the handoff. That is Sway Poe being stopped for no gain. 15 seconds left, and they can go into the halftime locker room up 14-0, and they will do just that.
I'm really surprised. We took a shotgun snap there with a handoff exchange. You know Washington's happy going in 14-0. I hate to see us risk a fumble there.
Our Pan-Pac profile at halftime is Matt Black. Farmville Central, as is Johnson. So they'll boot it away from the 40-yard line. Alvin Paul has it on the tee, approaches from the left side and boots it from left to right. It's actually a squib kick right up the middle. One hop goes straight into the up man's hands, and Tyson tries to push forward but can't get much. He picked it up at the 35 and gets down to the 37-yard line. Davon Campbell How about him getting the stop on special teams? Him and Trayvon playing in this football game, and Davon getting the tackle there. It's a 1-yard return to the 36, and that's where the Farmville Central offense will begin.
Looked like that was by design, and I suppose it worked pretty well, but I'd like to see us kick the ball down the field some this year.
Split to the near side, wide left is Cameron McNeil. Short set, 2 backs in the backfield. Lavelle kicks Davis in motion. Handoff goes right up the middle, and it will be a couple of yards for Tyson, the fullback, getting about 2 on first down. Second down, 8 coming up. Logan Little has the tackle.
Yeah, Farmville sticking with that unbalanced line. Split the back sometimes, but usually power I.
30 seconds into the second half. Washington High School's up 14-0 on Farmville Central. The line of scrimmage is the 38-yard line. Ball is directly at the field. 2 backs to the backfield again with that split backs formation. In motion comes Davis. Snap, handoff to the man in motion. Davis, he runs right, gets out of 1 tackle. He's across the 45. He's near the 50-yard line, and he stopped there. It's a first down for Farmville Central. From the 38-yard line to the 50, it's a 12-yard gain for Cameron Davis moving in motion. Or Cameron McNeil, excuse me.
Farmville's got some big mobile linemen, and when they get those guys out on the edge, getting out in front of the runner, it's tough to string the play out.
And they just keep everything so compacted. So when they do kick it out, it's very, very tough once those mobile offensive linemen get out there. Running it left on the counter play is the back Willoughby, and he gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line before he's snowed under. Logan Little thought the ball came loose late, but Willoughby has it. Mark Halbert has the tackle for Washington High School, and they're going to actually say no gain. Spot it at the 50-yard line. Second down 10 coming up inside 11 minutes left to go. In the third quarter, Washington High School's up 14-0.
Big DQ McCullough in there went into battle up front as well.
Defensive coordinator John Blank said you'd see a lot more of him this week. They like the matchup of having the bigger defensive lineman out there. That's why Trayvon Campbell stands next to him. Around the end, here comes big old Ziaya Everett, and he gets around 1 tackler, gets towards the sticks. First down, Farmville Central. They handed it to the tight end, and 301-pound Keziah Everett gets the first down, running right over Ontavion Floyd to the 35-yard line.
Josh, that looked like one of those nightmares when your big brother came out of the house to play with your kids.
Keziah Everett said hello to Ontavion Floyd, and it's a 16-yard rush on second down. And with 10 minutes left to go, Farmville Central's driving down 14-0. Trap play goes right up the middle to the fullback, Tyreek Tyson. He has 5 touchdowns this season, but that's only his 5th rush of the game. Logan Little, the middle linebacker for Washington, gets him for a gain of about 5 yards on first down. Second down 5 coming up. Line of scrimmage is the 29-yard line of Washington. Farmville Central has turned it over 3 times in this game. Washington has not turned it over. In motion comes McNeil. He gets the handoff in motion. He runs behind right tackle, gets near the sticks at the 26-yard line, but I think he's going to be stopped short. Mark Halbert and Turner Ragland spun him down. They're going to spot it at the 27-yard line. They actually need to get to the 24. Check that. They gave him the 26, so it's 3rd down and 2.
Big play here.
9 minutes left to go. 2 backs in the Farmville formation. In motion from the left side is McNeil. It's an inside handoff, and man, that Farmville Central line pushed Washington's front back, and it's an easy conversion. Turner Ragland got the stop. Tyreek Tyson burrowing ahead for the first down. It's a gain of 7 yards on first down. Gets Farmville Central to the 19-yard line. And for Farmville Central, is this the first or the second time they've been in the red zone? One of those fumbles came deep in Washington territory. I think it's the first time Farmville Central's been in the red zone. Running it left this time, Willoughby, and he gets to the hashes, in between the hashes and the numbers. He's stopped near the line of scrimmage. So a lot of vertical run near side, not much forward. They'll give him a yard. Actually, wait a minute. They're going to give him 2 yards on the run, so second down 8 comes up from the 18-yard line, 17-yard line.
I guess he had that forward progress, but I thought they stopped him shorter than that.
8 minutes, 8 seconds left to go, third quarter. Washington up by 2 scores. 2 backs in the backfield. In motion comes McNeil. Snap. Delayed handoff left. Here comes Willoughby. Check that, Davis. He's inside the 5. He's near the goal line. Stop short of a yard. It's a 16-yard run for DeAndre Davis to the 1-yard line. First down goal from the 1-yard line coming up for the Jaguars.
Josh, this is reminding us that Farmville's, more than anything, stopped themselves tonight with the 3 turnovers.
Rontavion Floyd has had to see a lot of ball carriers coming his way as Farmville Central's line is getting the Jaguars to the next level of the Washington defense. 7 3/4 minutes left to go. Tyson has the carry, jumps over the line. Touchdown, Jaguars. Sixth touchdown, or 8th touchdown run of the year for Tyreek Tyson. That leads the Jaguars. And Farmville Central is an extra point of drawing within 7 of Washington High. How about that drive, though?
John Blank is furious over there. I think he tried just about everything, and we'd never really stop Farmville.
And the field goal attempt. The point after is good. 14-7 Washington on top of Farmville Central. We're back in a minute on WTIB.
Which one? 7 I don't think it's soft. Leg in it or something. We got an answer. Yes.
With 7 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Washington High School leads at 14-7 on top of the Farmville Central Jaguars as the kick is booted out of bounds on the ensuing kickoff left sideline near the 6-yard line. Jaquez Ruffin watching it bounce there. So Washington will start with good field position on its first drive of the second half, but that drive took up a good bit of time, Archie. 4 minutes and 19 seconds. It is a 64-yard drive, 10 plays, capped by the 1-yard touchdown run from Tyreek Tyson.
A very impressive drive by the Jaguars. 10 plays, all on the ground, just chewed up a lot of clock and got the score.
I wouldn't be surprised if Farmville Central doesn't throw again. 2 receivers out there. Snap, high one, hands off the post, running behind right tackle, runs into the blocking receiver, Black, and he gets snowed under at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 7 yards on first down. Hunter Barnett and Chris Edwards combine for the tackle for Farmville Central.
Very important here to see how the Pan Pac answers. That was a long, as I said, impressive drive by Farmville. Washington needs to answer.
Second down 3. 7 1/4 minutes left to go, third quarter. Washington has its lead, cut to 14-7. Snap to Holscher. Hands off, left side. Breaking away from a tackle was Hakeem Ruffin. He has the first down. Across the 45 to the 50, and he's into Farmville Central territory before being dropped at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of, math will serve me right, 11 yards on first down, or on second down 3.
Great carry there by Hakeem. We tried that play 4 or 5 times in the first half, couldn't get anything done.
Hakeem Ruffin had carries of negative yardage, 1 yard, and 0 yards. That's his first plus of big yardage. Sway Poe gets the inside handoff. He's hit in the backfield. Second attempt, and he's pushed back more. It is a big-time tackle being made there by Tyson and Keziah Everett. As Tyson's now playing on both sides of the field, 6.5 minutes left to go. We'll see where they put the line of scrimmage. They put it at the 47-yard line.
Everett's helmet came off on that play. He really ought to come off, but nobody's saying anything.
Guess they didn't see it. It's a 4-yard loss. Second down, 14. Snap. Holscher throws across the middle. Through the hands of Ferguson. Incomplete. So Drew Ferguson can't make his second catch of the season. Frederick Holscher, meanwhile, is now 1 for 4 passing. All 3 incompletions are drops.
That was a classic high school tight end pattern. Just a little delay. He was wide open just behind the linebackers.
Third down and 14 for Washington High School at the 47-yard line. 6:11 left to go. Washington up 14-7. Holscher has time. Rolls out. Throws right side. Matt Black's out there. It's over his head. Pass falls incomplete. 4th down, 14 coming up. The Pan Pack will punt it away with Tyler Harrell taking the field. It seems like the momentum is starting to turn here, Archie.
It really does. We had a couple of good carries there. Could have gotten something going. Frederick actually could have. He had a little more time there to find Matt Black in a different pattern.
So now Holscher is 1 for 5 passing on the ball game. 0 for 2 on that drive. Cameron McNeil stands back. Harrell awaits the snap. He has it. Right-footed boot. And this one is partially blocked, and it's going to just roll inside the 50-yard line. Oh, boy. It's a 4-yard punt after the block, and that's the second one that has been blocked. So you have 2 punts of 45 and 54 yards. You also have 2 that are blocked. Welcome aboard the roller coaster ride that is Tyler Harrell, the backup punter, coming in for Washington High School.
Yeah, this is critical now, where Washington's got to get some upfield momentum out of their defensive line and disrupt the backfield activity for Farmville.
1 receiver left is McNeil. He's in motion yet again. Handoff goes right up the middle to Tyson, and it's going to be a gain of 2 yards on first down right up the middle. Second down, 8 coming up. Mark Hallbert applies the stop. Washington High School football is brought to you by the Potash Corp Aurora, the Rich Company, Williams Auto Body, G.W. Walker & Sons in downtown Washington, East Coast Equipment, Talos Hospital Pharmacy, Lee Chevrolet, Vidant Beaufort Hospital, Nationwide Agent Dave Alton, Beaufort Community College, Rod Cantrell, Edward Jones Investments, and the Williams Auto Body. 5:31 left to go in the third quarter. Washington's up 14-7. Second down, 8 coming up for Farmville Central. Delayed handoff, counterplay left. Breaking away is the back DeAndre Davis. He has the first down. He's across the 35. He's stopped just inside the 30 by Jaquez Ruffin, who prevented him from going to the house.
Josh, you have got to lock up these Farmville runners. They will not stop churning, and we had a couple of missed tackles on that play.
Big-time run play of 21 yards to the 29. 5:15 left to go. Washington's up 14-7. McNeil's in motion. Handoff goes to Tyson. He's going nowhere. He's bear hugged to the ground for no gain. 5 minutes left to go. Washington looking to stiffen things on defense here. Michael Clark's the one who grabbed him around the waist and didn't let go. Leonard Polk, the defensive coordinator, stands on the other side of the field to watch the Farmville Central offense as Scott Gardner calls the plays. John Blank is the defensive coordinator for Washington. Snap, handoff goes to the man in motion, McNeil. Running right, he's near the hashes on the long side of the field, inside the 30-yard line to the 26. It's a gain of 4 yards. Make it 3. Sets up third down and 7 from the 26. 4.5 minutes left to go. The nose guard, Mark Halbert, again making the stop.
Look for Farmville to come back to the left side, Josh, wide side of the field, and it's where Washington has had contained problems all year long.
4.25 minutes left to go, third quarter. Farmville Central got on the board for the first time last drive. Handoff goes left. Here's Davis. Gets out of 1 tackle. He's stopped at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 2 on third down and 6. Turner Ragland got him from behind after he bounced off tackle. Running near side, DeAndre Davis has been an effective back despite fighting through an injury. And with 3:42 left to go, it is 5 yards that Farmville Central needs to cover. The Jaguars need to get to the 19-yard line. They're at the 24. 4th down and 5. Lavelle nearly had a man jump, but Carter stands tall there. Lavelle with 2 backs in the backfield has the snap. Hand off to Tyson. He gets the first down, and he finally dropped at the 17-yard line. It is a 7-yard push for the first down. Cooper Anderson got him down, but just not in time.
Josh, the defense has got to stiffen here, as you said earlier. It's just going to be on their back right here.
Farmville Central enters the red zone for the second time today. Inside 3 minutes left to go, third quarter. Snap, handoff Tyson. He runs behind right tackle. He's stopped just inside the 15-yard line. We'll see if they give him the 14 or the 13. As the original line of scrimmage was the 17. They'll spot the football at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
What you're seeing right there is DQ, McCullough, and Alvin Grizzard going at it. It's 340 versus 280, and the 340's coming out on top.
2:28 left to go in the third quarter. Farmville Central driving. Snap, handoff, draw play, or dive play right up the middle, I should say. And the ball's going to be inside the 10-yard line for a gain of 3, maybe 3.5. Just pushing straight ahead and relying on those big offensive linemen that you alluded to. Once again, it was Tyson who's getting involved. 1:59 left to go. 3rd down and 2 from the 9-yard line. Farmville Central can get that first down to set up 1st and goal. A tight end left, a receiver left of the line. In motion comes Willoughby. Handoff goes to Davis. Ball on the ground. Who has it? Washington dived near the football, but I think Farmville Central got back on top. They did, but it's 4th down.
Lavelle came up with his own fumble.
Matthew Lavelle comes up with the fumble. It was nearly the 3rd turnover via the fumble that we've seen today. And here comes the kicking unit with Trent Langley. Scott Gardner said he likes him from 45 yards away. I doubt that that's what you would try considering the weather conditions. The quarterback, Lavelle, comes back out to hold the football. And with 1:15 left to go, this kick will be about, we'll call it 27 yards.
Right.
Right, straight center. Ball down, kick up, and it is good. 14-10, Washington on top. They get the stop to maintain the lead, but Farmville Central's cutting it close. We're back in a minute on WTIB.
Farmville Central with a minute 2 left to go in the third quarter.
Trayvon Baines puts the ball on the tee after Farmville Central trims the Washington lead to 4 at 14-10. 1:02 left to go. Baines approaches the football. Left-footed boot is a long one that lands over the head of Jaquez Ruffin, bounces near the goal line, and Jaquez Ruffin will see it stop halfway into the end zone and will give Washington the football at the 20-yard line via the touchback.
Well, Josh, Farmville has made it known 14 points isn't going to get it done tonight. Washington's going to have to put something else on the board.
The 27-yard field goal from Langley makes it 14-10 after the Jaguars blocked the punt It was a drive that got him all the way to the 17-yard line, or the 10-yard line, I should say, before Washington finally stonewalled things. Sway Poe gets the carry on first down. He swings it near side, running from left to right, gets across the 25-yard line before he is pushed down inbounds at the 27. 7-yard gain on first down. Tyreek Tyson has the stop. The outside backer for the Jaguars makes it 2nd down and 3 with 42 seconds left to go. Clock moving.
Really like to see Hakeem Ruffin get back in the swing of things as well.
Ball at the right hash, a receiver to both sides of Frederick Holscher. He has the high snap, hands off to Hakeem Ruffin. He runs it left to the long side of the field, and he may have a yard, if that, close to the line of scrimmage as he reached the football far as his body extended. And they're going to give him a yard, I think. Hunter Barnett got there first, and that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Your score after 3 reads Washington 14, Farmville Central 10. We're back in a minute on WTIB.
60 Jaguar varsity cheerleading squad. Miss Nakia Mercer. Miss Casey Rose. Miss Tanaka Harris. Miss Caroline Stencil. Miss Sarah Rose. Miss Jasmine Phillips. Miss Maya Nelson. Miss Kennedy Biggs. Miss Mia Barfield. Miss Deja Edwards. Miss Destiny Fudge. Mr. Niall Williams. Miss Caroline Harris. Miss Kylie Kinsey. And Miss Diana Middleton. And our assistant coach, Miss Samantha Lee. And our head coach, Miss Jessica Kay.
The fourth quarter begins with Washington High School up on Farmville Central, 14-10. Here on the road at R. Dixon Sauls Field. It is the start of conference play for Washington High. Meanwhile, for Farmville Central, it's a chance to improve its record to 5-2. Washington looking for its first win of the season after starting 0-6. 3rd down 2 coming up. Ball's at the left hash. 2 backs are in the backfield. Washington's at the 27-yard line. Holscher has the snap. Handoff goes to Poe. He runs right side. Gets around the block. He's at the 35-40. Now he spins forward to the 44-yard line before he's pushed down in front of his own bench by Kyron Dixon. But how about that? A 17-yard run on 3rd down, and Washington High has 1st down 10.
That's the way that play's supposed to be run. Good action up on the front line for Washington. Just need to be more consistent.
They spotted at the 43. And what have we? Whistles blow. Head official Carl Berger goes in to watch things, and now he spots it at the 44. So they get things corrected. A receiver right, that's Matt Black. To the left, it's Nazir Hardy. 2 backs are out there. Snap, delayed handoff. Hakeem Ruffin avoids one tackler, but he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and in fact may have gotten himself a half yard to the 45. Okay then. It would have been a stop of 1 or 2 yards, but credit to Hakeem Ruffin of getting it to the 45. 2nd down and 9 at the Washington 45.
Yeah, that was all Hakeem Ruffin.
Hardy had his first career catch in the first half. He is the only completion of the day. Snap is to Holscher. He hands to Poe. Poe is grabbed around the waist and brought down by Chris Edwards, who's such a good tackler. He's the leading tackler on the Jaguars roster, 6'1", 225 pounds. He's one of those senior leaders that you really have to lean on with Jaquez Norman out. He's who the head coach, Coach Gardner, called a team MVP, but he's out for this game.
You know, Josh, on that side, on the left Farmville side, is Keziah Everett. He actually switches back and forth, but you got to double team him.
3rd down and 8 after the gain of 1 for Poe. Ball's at the 46. Snap is to Holscher. He hands off to Poe. Poe running behind right tackle, and I think he ran right into a Pam Pack player before going down. Hunter Barnett will be credited with the tackle. It's a gain of 3 yards to the 49, but 3 yards short of the sticks.
Several times tonight, Sway, as he's breaking out, the blocker's getting driven back into his path and actually is helping with the tackle.
It's about 5 yards short of the sticks, I should say. Wrong side of the 40, or wrong side of the 50. Washington shows punt. Tyler Harrell's out there. He's had the last one blocked. Not much pressure this time, so a right-footed boot will push its way inside the 30, but a Farmville bounce positions them at the 32-yard line. So it's a punt of, we'll call it 19 yards there. Farmville Central taking over, trailing 14-10. The Jaguars have scored on their last 2 drives. First drive was a long one. Took 4 minutes and 19 seconds. 64 yards, capped with a 1-yard touchdown run from Tyreek Tyson. And then Washington held inside the red zone and forced a field goal from Langley. That was a 27-yarder that Trent banged through. 9:45 left to go. First down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Delayed handoff on the jet sweep. Here is McNeil. He got out of 1 tackle, but not much else. Logan Little was there to help out, and he got the stop at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 1 on first down and 10.
Good friends Logan Little and Cooper Anderson met right at the ball carrier.
Matt Lavelle is the backup quarterback. If you're just joining us, the starter, Brad Shackelford, missing this game due to a 1-game suspension. He violated a team rule. Scott Gardner holding him out. Matt Lavelle has had some problems with the center quarterback exchange. Snap, handoff, double handoff. It's Ezekiel on the reverse, and he's going nowhere. On the reverse left side, Washington gets a big loss, and it's Trayvon Campbell. That's a name we thought we would hear from more this year and haven't. Trayvon Campbell, who moved from the Colorado area, of all odds. He makes the stop in the backfield with 8 3/4 minutes left to go. It is a loss of 3 yards on second down.
Yeah, Coach Scott Gardner loves that end around with Keziah Everett. It works really well, but we got a gang tackle there, so we have to do with Everett.
Third down and 12 from the 29-yard line. In motion from the left side of the line to the right is McNeil. It's a play-action fake. Pressure's coming. Throws it deep. Back there for Washington's Cooper Anderson. He tips the ball away, and Washington holds on defense.
Ooh, we had some contact back there. Could have called it either way, but no call.
Ball was overshot. There was 3 defenders there. That's begging for it. And also, Washington also sent pressure from the far side. The quarterback had to get rid of it. Walter Carter got off his block, and he nearly got to him before the ball even got out of the hands. Fourth down and 12, 8:20 left to go. Punting unit out there for Farmville Central.
You called it, Josh. 8:20 mark, Washington held.
Snap, kick. And this one's a high punt. Bouncing at the 43, gets a Farmville Central bounce, rolls inside the 35, it's down at the 33. Big-time punt play. As net yardage-wise, that's a punt of 36 yards.
This is where Sports Sawyer gets them together going on the field and says, guys, we got to drive the football. No better defense than the offense hanging onto the ball and chewing up the clock.
Washington High School football is brought to you by GW Walkers & Sons in downtown Washington, East Coast Equipment, Talos Hospital Pharmacy, Line at Beaufort Hospital, Lee Chevrolet, Nationwide agent Dave Alton, Rod Cantrell of Edward Jones Investment, Beaufort Community College, Williams Auto Body, Rich Company, and Potash Corpora. First down and 10. Handoff goes right. Sway Poe gets to the 35-yard line and gets a couple more on first down at the 33. So it should be a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards before Chris Edwards gets the stop. That's a name we've called on a lot tonight. It's a 4-yard gain to the 37-yard line, bringing up second down 6.
Got an injured player on
it's
the field.
Chris Edwards.
Yeah.
Chris Edwards is having problems standing on that right foot. He can't put any pressure on it. And that's a tough loss. You really hate that, to see someone who's playing as hard as he is and is as talented as Chris Edwards is fail to put any pressure on a foot. So he's being helped off the field.
Looks like it's loosening up some. Maybe it's just a cramp.
Hopefully it is. Still plenty of season left to go, and Chris Edwards is a senior. Coming to the sideline near side. 2nd down 6 from the 37-yard line. Ball's at the right hash as Washington moves from right to left with the white shirts, gray helmets, white pants, and the blue numerals. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers. Snap to Holscher. Hand off Poe. Running straight ahead. Breaks away at the 50. 45-40. There goes Sway Poe. You can wave goodbye. 63-yard touchdown. And Washington High's up 20-10.
Oh, wow. He went right up the middle, had Matt Black and Nazir Hardy escorting him into the end zone.
Sway Poe with the 2nd touchdown run. He had a 70-yarder in the first half, and that one from 63 yards away. And Washington is right on its way to getting win number 1 of the season.
Big kick here.
7:31 remaining. And the kick is important because if you don't convert, then a touchdown and the PAT makes it just a field goal deficit with a good kicker in Langley. Snap, good one. Boot, and Paul converts. 21-10, Washington on top. We're back in a minute on WTIB.
Was that a Clinton moment? It's Poe time. Poe time. Poe time. They come up with something. Markel moment was the. Was it? Yeah. Look at this paper picture. That's a wet rain.
Sway Poe has the 63-yard touchdown that put Washington on top, 21-10. With 7:31 left to go in the fourth quarter, as Alban Paul approaches the football from the left-hand side and boots it down inside the 15-yard line in 1 bounce. TJ Willoughby picks it up. He breaks out of 1 tackle with a stiff arm, gets to the 30-yard line, still on his feet, and pushed out of bounds to the 34. It's a return of 16 yards to the 34-yard line. They actually mark it at the 36, so give them a couple of more, but that's where this offense is going to begin for Farmville Central. On the drive, though, Washington High gets the touchdown. Sway Poe has 217 yards on 19 carries. That's good for 11.4 yards per rush.
Wow, it's great to see Sway Poe have a breakout night like that.
3 touchdowns on the season now with the 2 today. And now let's see if this forces Farmville Central to put the ball in the air. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Farmville Central moves from left to right. The home team with the black shirts, gray pants. Well, they've turned gray because of the rain. Snap is a low one to the quarterback, and Lavelle rolls out left. He has the broken play and gets a positive gain to the far boundary before being pushed out of bounds. The ball was stripped late by Michael Clark. 7:10 remaining. The clock stops after Lavelle got a couple.
Lavelle really runs well. When he tries to turn the corner, he can usually get there. He actually left Turner Ragland in the dust.
He was involved with this 3-man quarterback battle in the preseason with Brad Shackelford and Zach Brady, but he fell short because obviously he's the least experienced of them all, or at least the youngest of the 3. But he has a good size to him, 6'3", 194 pounds. Couple center quarterback exchange issues with the 3 fumbles, but still, in this game, Farmville Central down 11 with 7:10 left to go. Lavelle comes back out there, has the shotgun snap, handoff, goes to the up man. I think that is Everett. It is. Keziah Everett gets to the 40-yard line, but they actually spotted it at the 41. It's a gain of 5, which will set up 3rd down and 3 from the 41-yard line.
Actually, a little double handoff in there, Josh. I don't know if you noticed that, but you won't see that very often.
Well, they had the double reverse that didn't work in the last drive, but here comes a big-time play here. third down, and we're going to call it 5, actually, from the 41. They need to get to the 46.
Everett in the backfield.
2 receivers right. The fullback, Tyson, is the slot receiver. In motion comes McNeil. He has the jet sweep. He runs to the near side right. McNeil gets to the 46-yard line. I think he's going to have the first, depending on the spot. Turner Ragland got the stop. It all depends on the spot. I think they're going to give him the first down. They do. This officiating crew is from Goldsboro, led by head official Carl Berger, who points ahead towards the east end zone. 6:11 left to go. The clock is stopped since he got out of bounds. 21-10. Washington High School is up, looking for its first win of the season in their conference opener. And as you mentioned, last year Washington's going to be in this conference. Washington has won the last 3 meetings with Farmville Central. 3 receiver formation here. Lavelle in the gun. Throws across the middle. Overshoots his target, Willoughby, who had a deep developing post across the middle of the field. Pass is incomplete. 2nd down 10 from the 46.
I think that's Scott Gardner just keeping Washington honest. They got Keziah Everett in the backfield. He looks a little tired, but when they get he and Edwards and Grizzard out there in front, that's a lot of beef.
That is a lot of beef. Where's the beef? Not hard to find. 1 for 6 on the ball games, the quarterback Lavelle. That's his first pass attempt of the second half. 2 receivers left. 1 short set to the right. Offset eye as well. Snap is to Lavelle. He rolls left. Has pressure in his face. He's going to begin to run. Now gets to the far boundary. Has some positive yardage on 2nd down, but it's going to be just maybe 1 or 2 on that far sideline. John Blanks calling for a hold. No dirty laundry comes out. Mark Halbert has the stop. It's a gain of 1. Give him 2, actually, to the 48-yard line. It's 3rd down and 8 here, and a big play for this Farmville Central offense.
Yeah, good play by Halbert there. Lavelle's getting more comfortable. Actually showed a little pass to the ball to the shoulder, but he stayed on his feet, Halbert did, and brought him down.
5:57 left to go. Washington by 11, 21-10. They need a stop here to put this thing on ice. Lavelle is in the gun. Still 2 backs in that crowded backfield. 2 receivers are left and 1 to the right. That's McNeil. Snap. Looking that way is Lavelle. He throws it down the middle of the field. It's caught! McNeil on 3rd down. Inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. A big-time completion inside the Washington 25-yard line. That is a pass play of 29 yards to the 23.
Really should have never happened, Josh. We had the right coverage, post pattern, had safety deep, but he let him get behind him.
Over the shoulder catch for McNeil, who catches his 12th ball of the season. That brings up 1st down and 10 at the 23-yard line of Washington. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Ball's lost at the feet of the quarterback, Lavelle. He has to eat it. Down to the 27. That's the 4th or 5th time there's been a miscommunication and a loose ball on the snap. First time in the gun. 5:20 left to go, and that's a loss of about 3 yards. Make it 4 or 5 to the 28. It's a 5-yard loss. 2nd down, 15 coming up.
You know, Washington's not really getting to Lavelle, but they're hurrying him, and that was something he was thinking about as he was trying to pull away from that ball.
Washington's up 21-10. We're inside 5 minutes left to go, 4th quarter. Snaps to Lavelle. He's going to roll out right. Doesn't have much time. Throws it out there. It's through the hands of Willoughby. Incomplete on 2nd down, 15. Cooper Anderson was out there, and he went down low and kind of flipped the receiver, Willoughby, after he failed to come up with the catch. 3rd down and 15 coming up for the Farmville Central offense.
Cooper came up and good coverage, rolled up, but the ball had actually already gone over the receiver's head. If the ball had been on target, he would have caught the ball.
4:50 left to go, the clock idle. The backs in the backfield. You have DeAndre Davis, and you have Tyreek Tyson. Passes thrown in the flat through the hands of Turner Ragland, who nearly gets the interception. Instead, it falls incomplete. It's 4th down and 15. Meanwhile, checking in on Rose, it is 68-21, and they got the starting running clock over there. My goodness, they're over in Dudley against Southern Wayne, and they're bully clubbing them.
Josh, that was one of those plays that a defensive lineman dreams of. He read the screen, got in the middle of it, and the ball was right to him.
You can tune into that game on our sister station, 94.3 The Game, where Patrick Johnson has the call. 4 3/4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. This could be the ball game. 4th down and 15. A receiver to the left, a receiver to the right of Matt Lavelle. He has the snap. He has time. Throws it to the end zone, and it is broken up. Nazir Hardy breaks it up, and Washington takes over on downs with 4:39 left to go. The Pan Pack have the lead 21-10 and are eyeing win number 1 on the 2016 season.
They put Nazir Hardy in center field. Felt like the same play was coming, same pattern, and sure enough, he was there to break it up.
So Washington will take over the ball at the 28-yard line. And let's see, Farmville Central has 3 timeouts remaining, and you have to imagine this is the area where you have to start thinking about using those down 11. Snap is the holster. He hands off to Poe. Runs right after his 63-yard touchdown last drive, and he gets 2 on first down before Keziah Everett, the 6'1", 301-pound defensive tackle, drops him. 2nd down 8 from the right side. Clock moving inside, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. And they are not stopping it yet. I think they're going to let these series of plays take place. And then, if Washington converts, you have to start using the timeouts.
But every snap should take 23 seconds.
Poe stands next to Holscher, as does Hakeem Ruffin. This time it is Hakeem. He runs left, getting around the end. He's at the 35, outside to the 36-yard line before he's pushed out. There are penalty flags flying in, one from the back judge and the other from the head referee. We'll see if they're the same call. It's in the area of holding. There were some Farmville Central defenders reaching as well, potentially maybe a face mask. And instead it's the holding call.
Number 64, Austin O'Neill, is really unnecessary because Hakeem had already turned the corner that was behind him.
Sports Sawyer wasn't pleased with his performance at center last week, so he moved him to left tackle. As this Washington offensive line, which has dressed 7 different starting units in these 7 games, it's really held up today, but Washington had its lead melted to 4 at the end of the third quarter. That touchdown from Sway Poe was huge, and Washington got back-to-back defensive stops, which was equally as large. After being sent back, the ball is spotted at the 18-yard line. Washington needs to get to the 29. So here is 2nd down 11. Handoff goes to Sway Poe. He runs it to the referee, and that's a tackle on the referee. I don't think I've seen that this year.
No. All he didn't do was lean into him. He kind of cut around him and fell down as his feet slipped out from under him.
That was Ben Chaston who got him. He can go home saying, I got on the stat sheet this week. Running to the left, just inside the hash. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line, so they're going to spot him a yard short. That's where the official who made the tackle puts the ball down. 21-10 with 3:15 left to go. Washington looking for the first down as
you can bet
Farmville Central hasn't called time yet.
You can bet this will be on the ground.
Snap. Handoff Poe. Runs right. He has the first down. Gets the block from Hakeem Ruffin. Gets to the outside. And actually, it was 3rd down and 8. Sorry.
Yeah, he's going to be short.
Whoopsies.
Yep.
He got to the original line, looking at the wrong area here.
That's okay. The big thing is
gotta get the clock moving.
The clock is moving. That's exactly right, Josh.
Okay. So that penalty set him back further than I even thought. Tyler Harrell to boot it away. Senior moment.
That's okay. Punting away is the key here.
2 punts have been blocked. Tyler Harrell has booted one for 54 yards and also 45. Let's see what Tyler Harrell will see on this play. 2:23 left to go. The line of scrimmage is the 29, and the snap is high, but we have what? A delay of game?
No, got motion on the right side there.
Hello there. I think Washington has no problem with taking the penalty, considering the snap nearly went through the hands of Harrell. He's a 6-foot, 190-pound senior. So that'll set them back with the line of scrimmage now, the 27-yard line.
Tyler's the first baseman on the baseball team. It looked like he was snagging a ball going by him.
Some reason the clock is still running. 2:10 left to go. Snap is back, right-footed boot, and this one's going to cross over the 50-yard line. Fair catch. It's fumbled by McNeil. He picks it back up, but he's tripped up over his own feet at the 38-yard line. So no return on the punt. That was muffed and then picked up. So it's a punt of 35 yards. 35 yards to the 38-yard line. All 3 timeouts for Farmville Central. 2 minutes and 7 seconds to work with.
Hey, Josh, during the lull here, they're listening to us in Eatonton, North Carolina, where
is that
our
right?
old friend Hack High, he's on the Aces staff there in Eatonton,
Yeah.
but he's a member of the Pan Pac Nation.
Also, hey, Henry Hinton from Eatonton, North Carolina
That's exactly
as well.
right. Outside of Eatonton.
Okay, fair enough. Ball at the left hash. 2:07 left to go. Washington up 21-10. 2 minutes and 2 minutes 7 seconds away from its first win of the season. Lavelle has the snap. He's flushed out of the pocket. Throws it. Middle of the field. Ball's deflected off of the hands of McNeil. Washington had a couple defenders run into each other, and Cooper Anderson's being helped up. He's slow to get up, favoring that right leg as Anderson collided right with Jaquez Ruffin.
Wow. That ball was kind of a knuckleball, and I didn't think it would make it to the receiver, but it was actually right in his hands.
Put it right there. I'll give Lavelle that. So far today, Lavelle's had to throw it a little bit more in the second half. In the first half, he was 1 for 5. In the second half, he has 1 completion as well, but 6 incompletions. 1 for 6 in the second half, 1 for 5 in the first half. That's 2 for 11. I'm not a math major. Snap to Lavelle. He rolls right. He's flushed out. He's sacked. Mark Halbert got there first. It's 3rd down and long coming up. And Farmville Central might need to spend one of those timeouts to set up this play. They haven't done so yet, so the clock's inside 1 minute and 48 seconds, and the clock will continue to move as Farmville Central faces a long 3rd down play. Not 4th, my bad again. But anyway, 21-10, Washington's up on Farmville Central here.
Josh, I've got to give credit. Mark Halbert, I think it's his best game of the year. He's been a sure tackler tonight. He came in untouched and dropped Lavelle right there.
10-yard loss, so he's back at the 28-yard line now. It's a big-time play made there. Bringing up 3rd down and 21. What do you have in the playbook in this situation? We shall see, and now they use the timeouts. Okie dokie. All right, after the game ends, we'll update you on some of the numbers on what's happened in this one. Washington up 21-10 on Farmville Central. Washington's going to improve to 1-6 going into homecoming against Southwest Edgecombe next week. Farmville Central, meanwhile, will be home to North Johnston. Last week, 36-6 winners against Goldsboro right here. But quite frankly, Washington needed to get this one.
Absolutely. Conference schedule's been the same every year, so it's Farmville and Southwest Edgecombe, 2 of the traditionally stronger teams in the conference. So if you can get off to a good start in the conference, it's almost downhill from there.
We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. Third down and 21. The snap is to Lavelle. He throws it deep down the left sideline. A perfect spiraling pass that's picked off at the 40-yard line by Nazir Hardy. He has his 4th pick of the year, and he returns it to the 50-yard line where he takes 2 knees down. And Washington High School has forced its 5th turnover of the ball game with 59 seconds left to go. That is the final dagger in this one. And Washington will get win number 1 here on the road at Farmville Central.
This is awesome. Nazir Hardy really showing his maturation. Didn't want to risk a fumble there, so he went down to a knee.
He had a pick last year against Farmville Central in the 27-0 win. He has his 4th pick of the season to close things out here. However, Farmville Central still has 2 timeouts remaining. Let's see if Scott Gardner will use them with Frederick Holscher taking the right knee down. He does. Doesn't seem to motion for the timeout. He's just going to let the clock go. Washington High comes here on the road and gets win number 1 on the season. And that feels a lot better than going into homecoming over in the win-loss column.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about, again, the non-conference schedule, how difficult it was, setting us up maybe for a run in the conference.
Washington has to just take one more knee. And they do so. 20 seconds left to go. They don't have to take another snap. Washington High wins it 21-10 on a rainy Thursday evening here in Farmville.
That is a huge monkey off Washington's back.
It was Sway Poe. It was Nazir Hardy on defense. It was the leaders of this team getting the road win for Washington and leading this unit into the win column for the first time, Archie.
Absolutely. So big, and the kids are happy down the sidelines. Really caught Farmville shorthanded here tonight. That was definitely a part of this. But credit the Washington Pan Pack for hanging in there, being 0-6, and doing what they had to do to get the win.
It could have been easy to let Farmville Central come back when it was 14-10 coming into the fourth quarter. But Washington's defense stiffened. Heck, even when it was 14-7 and driving into the red zone with momentum, Farmville Central was stopped and forced to settle for a field goal. This is the Washington Pan Pack. They're here till every day they need them. Any day you need them, they're here to play. 21-10, the final score. We'll get the scoring drives for you and also the updated statistics when we return from a break. You're listening to post-game coverage of Washington High School football on 103.7 WTIB.